I never expected that a routine afternoon in the locker room with my best friend would change our friendship forever. My name is Alex, I'm 19, and Noah has been my closest friend since junior high, sticking by me through every awkward moment, every heartbreak, and every late-night conversation about our future. But recently, something had shifted between us. A quiet tension, an unspoken feeling lingering just beneath our jokes and casual touches. We just finished soccer practice and were standing side by side in the cramped locker room, peeling off sweaty jerseys and kicking off cleats, something we'd done hundreds of times before without a second thought. But today, every movement felt different, loaded with meaning, charged with a strange, new energy I couldn't quite explain. My heart raced unexpectedly whenever our arms brushed, or when I caught Noah's eyes lingering on me just a moment longer than usual. Noah stood beside me, shaking his damp hair out of his eyes, his chest still rising and falling from the exertion of practice. I'd seen him shirtless countless times before, but today, I found myself noticing him differently. The strength in his shoulders, the curve of his back, the way his muscles shifted subtly beneath his skin. I swallowed nervously, quickly looking away, hoping my sudden blush wasn't obvious. "You good, Alex?" Noah asked quietly, noticing my unusual silence. His voice was gentle and concerned, cutting through the awkwardness in my mind. "Yeah," I replied, forcing a casual laugh, though my voice sounded strained even to my own ears. "Just tired from practice." Noah paused, studying my face closely, as though searching for something deeper beneath my excuse. He stepped closer, and suddenly, the small locker room felt even smaller, warmer, the air between us almost electric. "Are you sure?" he asked softly, his voice lower now, eyes locked onto mine. "You've been acting different lately." I hesitated, my heart thudding painfully in my chest. Could I risk telling him the truth? Risk ruining everything we'd built over the years? Yet something in his eyes made me feel brave, made me wonder if maybe, just maybe, he was feeling the same. "I don't know," I finally admitted, voice barely above a whisper. "Things just feel different between us." Noah nodded slowly, taking another step forward until our shoulders almost touched, his expression becoming serious and gentle at once. "I feel it too," he murmured softly, eyes sincere and vulnerable. "And it's been scaring the hell out of me." My pulse quickened even more, and suddenly, the urge to reach out and touch him was overwhelming. "Maybe it's always been there," I whispered, heart pounding. "But we've both been too afraid to admit it." Noah reached out carefully, fingertips lightly grazing my wrist, sending a shiver through my entire body. His voice trembled slightly when he spoke again, his eyes never leaving mine. "Alex, I don't want to pretend anymore." Before I could respond, he slowly leaned in, closing the space between us, his lips barely brushing mine. A question, gentle and unsure. My heart raced, my breath hitched, and then without thinking, I closed the distance completely, pressing my lips firmly against his. In that one kiss, everything changed, and for the first time, I felt like I truly understood what had been between us all along. The moment Noah's lips touched mine, something inside me unraveled, freeing all the hidden feelings I'd spent months burying beneath casual laughter and easy friendship. His lips were gentle at first, hesitant, as though silently asking if this was truly what we both wanted. When I leaned in closer, deepening the kiss, the hesitation dissolved, replaced by warmth and relief as Noah's hand slipped gently around my waist, drawing me into him. My heart hammered in my chest as his lips moved softly, carefully exploring mine. It felt surreal yet completely natural at the same time, like something we'd unknowingly been building toward for years. I lifted one hand to cup the side of his face, fingertips brushing his cheek softly as I kissed him back, tenderly and openly showing him all the things I hadn't dared say aloud. Eventually, Noah pulled away just enough to rest his forehead against mine, breathing softly, his eyes closed in quiet wonder. "Alex," he whispered, a gentle tremor in his voice. "I didn't know how badly I wanted that until now." "Me too," I admitted softly, feeling a rush of vulnerability and joy. I've thought about it so many times. Noah smiled gently, opening his eyes slowly to look directly into mine. His gaze was filled with sincerity and warmth. Hey, thanks for watching until this point. Please leave a comment if you're enjoying the video. It really helps us grow the channel and reach more people. And hey, thank you very much. Let's get back to story. But there was also a quiet fear of losing the friendship we'd nurtured for so long. Do you think this could ruin everything between us? He asked hesitantly. I shook my head slowly, lightly stroking my thumb along his jawline, reassuring him through gentle touch. Not if we don't let it. Not if we trust each other. Noah seemed to relax slightly, nodding slowly as he let my words sink in. His hands still rested on my hips, thumbs drawing gentle circles that sent shivers racing through my body. The small locker room, usually so familiar, now felt completely new, filled with possibilities and risks we'd never dared consider before. We should probably go, Noah murmured, his voice conflicted, though neither of us moved. Someone could walk in. But even as he said it, he leaned in once again, pressing another tender kiss to my lips. Slow, deep, and filled with the kind of passion neither of us could easily walk away from. My arms tightened around him instinctively, holding him close, savoring this moment we'd both secretly dreamed of. After a long pause, Noah pulled back, breathing shakily. Alex, I want this, I want us, but I don't want it rushed. I need to be sure this means something. It means everything, I whispered earnestly, my voice thick with emotion. You mean everything to me, Noah. His eyes softened, relief and affection flooding his expression. He leaned in, pressing a soft kiss to my forehead. Good, he whispered gently, smiling again, because I don't think there's any turning back now. We both laughed quietly, easing some of the nervous tension in the air. Slowly, reluctantly, we separated, turning to gather our things. Though our eyes still frequently met, shy smiles passing between us as we adjusted to this new, exhilarating change in our friendship. As we finally left the locker room, walking shoulder to shoulder toward the parking lot, the space between us felt smaller, warmer, and filled with new promise. We'd crossed a line, but neither of us wanted to turn back. We walked slowly toward Noah's car, our shoulders brushing occasionally, as if testing this newfound closeness that had forever changed our friendship. The parking lot was quiet, the fading afternoon sunlight casting long, soft shadows around us, matching our silent uncertainty. Neither of us spoke, both lost in thoughts of what had just happened, yet neither willing to pull away. When we finally reached his car, Noah paused, turning to face me, his expression serious yet gentle. Alex, are you sure you're okay with this? With us? I took a deep breath, stepping closer until there was almost no space left between us. I'm more than okay, I replied softly, meeting his eyes with sincerity. It's like a weight has lifted, like I've finally admitted something I didn't even know was missing. Noah smiled gently, visibly relieved, and before I could say another word, his arms slid around my waist, pulling me into a tender embrace. For a moment, we just stood there, breathing softly, feeling each other's warmth, hearts beating rapidly in sync. Then, slowly, Noah lifted his hand to my cheek, gently guiding my face toward his as he leaned in again. Our lips met softly, hesitantly at first, but quickly deepening as the intensity grew between us. My hands found his shoulders, gripping lightly, pulling him closer as the kiss became more passionate, filled with trust and longing. Breaking away briefly, Noah whispered against my lips, "Get in the car?" I nodded silently, heart racing, as we quickly climbed into the back seat, closing the doors behind us. The space felt instantly intimate, hidden from view, and filled with possibility. Noah gently touched my face again, his eyes holding mine as he kissed me slowly, deeply, letting his fingertips trace gentle paths down my neck, across my shoulders, exploring with care and quiet awe. Every touch felt electrifying, as though we were discovering something entirely new yet deeply familiar. My fingers slipped beneath his shirt, feeling the warmth of his skin beneath my touch, and I felt Noah shiver slightly, breathing in sharply as my palms explored gently. "Is this okay?" I asked softly, pausing to look into his eyes, wanting reassurance that we were both ready. Noah smiled, his eyes full of warmth and certainty. "Yes, more than okay," he murmured, guiding my hand back to his body, encouraging me to continue. Our kisses grew slower, more deliberate, filled with tenderness rather than urgency, savoring each moment and discovering what it meant to truly be together. Our breath mingled softly, bodies pressed close, hearts pounding in unison as we trusted one another fully. In the quiet safety of Noah's car, our friendship changed completely, blossoming into something deeper and richer than we'd ever imagined possible. And in that moment, we knew without doubt that there was no going back, and neither of us wanted to. Afterward, we sat quietly together in Noah's car, our breathing finally slowing, our hearts still fluttering with lingering excitement and nervous relief. Noah's fingers were gently intertwined with mine, holding tightly as if afraid letting go would break the spell that had enveloped us both. The quiet of the car surrounded us, creating a soft, comforting intimacy neither of us wanted to end. "Alex," Noah whispered, his voice gentle yet hesitant, "this doesn't feel real, like I've dreamed this moment before." I smiled softly, glancing at him with affection. "I've dreamed it too, more times than I'd ever admit," I confessed quietly, squeezing his hand lightly. "I just never thought you'd feel the same way." He turned slightly toward me, reaching out to touch my face again, fingertips grazing my jawline tenderly. "I've always felt it," he admitted softly, eyes sincere and vulnerable. "I was just too scared of losing you." "You won't lose me," I reassured gently, leaning into his touch. "If anything, this brings us closer." Noah smiled, his expression warming with hope. Slowly, he leaned in, pressing a gentle kiss to my forehead, lingering as though savoring the realization that this moment between us was real. We sat in silence again, peaceful and comfortable, neither feeling pressured to speak. I rested my head lightly on his shoulder, and Noah shifted closer, wrapping one arm gently around me. In that quiet moment, I felt completely at ease, secure in the knowledge that what we had found was genuine and mutual. "We should probably head home," Noah murmured reluctantly after several minutes. "But I don't really want to move." I laughed softly, nodding in agreement. "Me either. But we've got all the time in the world now, right?" He squeezed my hand warmly. "We do. And Alex, I'm really glad it happened this way. I'm glad it was you." My heart swelled at his words, gratitude washing through me. "Me too, Noah. You're my best friend. And now you're even more than that." With quiet, shy smiles, we adjusted our clothes, climbing into the front seats. Noah started the engine, but before pulling away, he reached over, taking my hand again and holding it softly. "We're gonna figure this out, right?" Noah asked gently, looking into my eyes earnestly. "Even if it's complicated, we'll make it work?" I nodded firmly, reassuringly. "Definitely. We've been through everything together. We can handle this." He smiled again, visibly relieved, and slowly pulled out of the parking lot, the world outside the car seeming brighter and more hopeful than ever before. Our friendship had undeniably changed, but it had transformed into something deeper and infinitely more meaningful. I knew, without any doubt, that whatever came next, we'd face it together. In the days that followed, Noah and I found ourselves navigating a strange yet wonderful new reality. At first, we both worried about how our friendship might change now that we'd crossed such an unexpected line. But instead of drifting apart, we grew even closer, spending more time together and discovering new layers of trust and comfort between us. One evening, after practice, we sat alone at our favorite diner, just the two of us tucked into a booth at the far end, sharing fries and laughing quietly. It was something we'd done countless times before, yet now it felt entirely different, richer somehow, charged with gentle affection and lingering glances. "You know," Noah said softly, dipping a fry into ketchup and glancing up shyly, I can't believe how normal this all feels already. I smiled warmly, reaching across the table to lightly brush my fingers against his wrist. Me either. It's like we've always been this close. We just never realized it. Noah's eyes softened, his hand turning slightly to lace our fingers together. I was afraid things would get weird between us, but it just feels right. Because it is right, I said sincerely, squeezing his hand gently. We built our friendship on trust. And this, what we have now, it's built on the same thing. Noah nodded slowly, his thumb brushing softly against mine. Do you think we should tell anyone yet? Or should we keep this between us for now? I paused, considering carefully, my heart beating slightly faster at the thought of revealing our relationship. I think we should just do what feels right. We don't have to rush anything. You're right, Noah said softly, relaxing visibly. Let's just enjoy being us for a while. The next few weeks felt like a secret paradise. We spent more and more time together, studying, going on quiet walks, or simply hanging out and talking for hours. Every moment seemed to deepen our connection, proving that our decision to cross that line had been the right one. One warm afternoon, Noah and I found ourselves alone again in the familiar locker room after practice, packing up our gear. He paused, glancing at the spot where everything had changed between us. It's funny, he murmured, smiling gently. How one moment can change everything so completely. I stepped closer, placing my hand gently on his shoulder. I'm glad it did, I whispered sincerely, meeting his gaze openly. I'm glad we took that chance. Noah smiled softly, leaning in until our foreheads gently touched. Me too, Alex. Then, softly, we kissed. Not hurried or hidden, just gentle and slow, filled with tenderness and reassurance. When we parted, I saw nothing but warmth and certainty in his eyes. In that quiet moment, surrounded by the familiar scent of lockers and memories, I realized how deeply our friendship had grown. We weren't just best friends anymore. We'd become something far more beautiful and meaningful, and neither of us could ever regret the decision we'd made that day. Months passed, and Noah and I settled effortlessly into our new reality, our bond growing stronger and deeper with every shared moment. Our relationship, once hidden behind quiet glances and whispered secrets, gradually became known to close friends who accepted us warmly, reinforcing that what we felt was right. One cool spring evening, we sat side by side beneath our favorite oak tree near campus, sunlight filtering softly through the branches above. Noah's head rested gently against my shoulder, his hand comfortably holding mine, fingers intertwined as we watched the sun slowly dip below the horizon. It's funny, Noah murmured quietly. I never imagined we'd end up here. I smiled softly, pressing a gentle kiss to the top of his head. Neither did I, but honestly, I can't imagine being anywhere else. He lifted his head slightly, eyes bright and sincere. Do you ever think about that day in the locker room? All the time, I confessed warmly, feeling a rush of gentle warmth at the memory. It changed my whole life, our lives, and in the best way. Noah squeezed my hand affectionately, leaning in for a slow, tender kiss. It was soft and unhurried, filled with quiet certainty and deep trust, proof of how far we'd come. When we finally pulled apart, Noah rested his forehead gently against mine, breathing softly. Alex, you mean more to me than anyone ever has, he whispered, vulnerability and honesty coloring his voice. My heart tightened, gratitude and affection overwhelming me. You mean the same to me, Noah. You're my best friend, but you're also so much more. He smiled softly, eyes shimmering with happiness as he took a deep breath. I want us to keep growing together, no matter what comes next. Me too, I whispered sincerely, my voice filled with quiet confidence. Together, as twilight settled around us, Noah and I lingered beneath the tree, wrapped up in each other's warmth and comfort, content in knowing we discovered something precious and enduring. Our friendship had transformed, evolving naturally into a love that felt both deeply familiar and entirely new. With Noah by my side, I knew I'd found exactly what I needed, and I knew he felt the same. What had started as a quiet spark in a cramped locker room had become a story filled with laughter, affection, and gentle sincerity. A story that was only just beginning.